Hi, welcome to Beyond NSU. I am your host, Jalen Levat, and joining me today is 2000 Norfolk State graduate, Monique Bland. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me today.
How you doing, first and
I
foremost?
I am okay and fine and blessed to be here.
Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into the beginning of
Yes.
your Norfolk State story. So, how did you make the decision to come here?
My sister, Marshall Bland, now Pitts, she was the platform for me to want to come here.
Yeah, she went before you.
She came here before I did, and she made Norfolk State look amazing to me. And then,
It is.
because it is, and when I was in the process of thinking about where I wanted to go to college, a different world was on.
Yes.
And so when I came to visit her here at Norfolk State, it had so many similarities to Hillman. I was like, I got to go here.
For sure.
And
for
I was
sure.
just so excited to be here. And it was everything that I thought it was going to be.
That's very interesting. A lot of people say a different world made them want to come to an HBCU,
Yes.
which even for myself, I was influenced by the show. And it was 20 years off air when I started college or something around that time. I actually believe it was based off of Hampton, is what I hear. So,
Okay.
not too far off. Not too
Yes.
far off. So, what did you major in while you were here?
Elementary education
Okay.
with a minor in computer science and mathematics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, computer science and mathematics.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
So, you graduated with 3 degrees.
I started off, yes, that was it. That was it, yes.
Okay.
Yes, 3 degrees, I did.
So, with that, did you have a lot of free time to do other things on campus? Were you involved?
I tried to stay as much as involved. As a freshman coming in out of high school, I was amped to do everything. In my brain, I did, in high school, I did track, field, cheerleading,
Oh,
marching band, and like a host of other after school activities for high school. So I was like, it's an easy transition to come to college and do the same thing. Totally not the same. I tried for the cheerleading squad.
okay. Showgirls.
Yes, and it was amazing. I just didn't have that stamina to be up at no o'clock in the morning because high school I got up at 8 to go to practice, and here it was totally different. So I said, I don't want to do that. And then I tried track and field because I was shot put in high school. And when I got to the weight team here, I was pretty much the smallest person. And I kind of got discouraged because they were doing, it was just a simple thing like weight training. They had bigger weights, my weights were smaller, so I had to do a lot of training. It was just, I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
And then, what was the next one? Track and field, I said no.
Oh,
So no. So I just kind of like got myself involved with school activities. I did a lot of stuff with SGA. Sloan McKnight was SGA. Levi was our SGA. Rod. We had an amazing SGA team in '96 to 2000, I can say, and they made Norfolk State amazing.
That's amazing to say that. You know, you hear about the 90s, in particular in the 2000s. It's kind of like a golden age for HBCU culture. So that's really dope.
Yes, a lot of your DJs, a lot of the campus DJs, Vince started, INC.
Oh, you were here with Vince?
Yes.
I love INC. I know him very well.
INC was one of our DJ. Well, he was on campus and he started in a radio station out there. So a lot of great things came out of the 90s, I want to say. 90s and 2000s, we had a lot of good company.
That's really cool. It's good to hear. So, what were some of your favorite things about Norfolk State while you went here?
Number one is probably not supposed to say, but it was a sweatbox.
You know, I hear so much about the famous sweat box. What was that like? Everybody talks about it so fondly. We don't get that.
Can I say this room?
Warm. Okay.
Oh no, this room.
Oh, the
and put
size.
everybody from the towers in here. It was a party. It was awesome. Amazing.
That sound like sardines.
Okay. But it was
But you
fun.
made it work, yeah.
It was so much fun. Honestly, we had a lot of fun because it was a lot of different regions in one room. It was before the room that you guys have now, which is not the student union building, the previous student union building that was there. Upstairs on the third floor was the ballroom, and that's where the sweatbox was. And everybody on campus, and maybe some people off campus, would come, and it was just a turn up. And it was a good time. The football players, you had New York, New Jersey, Maryland, D.C., you had your California. And it was just in a room, and everybody got to hear their music and party till 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then try to make it to class the next day.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So you talk about the region. So you're not originally from Norfolk?
No.
You're from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Okay, so you find yourself a long way from home.
I did.
Okay.
I did. But it was really easy to find a connection. There's a staple that I can say over by the towers. There's a tree between the cafeteria, Rosa, and Scott Hall, right across the street. And that tree kind of like gave you the outlook of everything, and then you can kind of see who was where they were from. Everybody had a spot outside, and then you can either gravitate to that one spot and just be with those people, or you go to the towers and the little center part and just chill there. It was like our social media.
So if I walk back there, I'm going to be standing at the Jersey tree.
No, that was a DMV tree.
DMV
That was
tree.
a DMV tree. But
That's interesting.
that's where the DMV was kind of like the center, and so it carried everybody.
Okay.
So it was DMV, and then you had your New York, New Jersey people, you had your Southern people that would come around there. It was just a collective, but we kind of knew that was the DMV area.
Okay. So we covered the fun stuff. You know, what were some of your not so favorite things at Norfolk State?
Picking an 8 o'clock class.
Yeah, that's
Like nobody that tells you not to, because you're coming from high school and thinking that you're going to do what you did in high school. And that wasn't the thing, because you now have to be responsible for yourself to get up at 8. And
a lot more factors.
previously, you were not doing what you were doing at night to be at school at 8 o'clock in the morning. So
Absolutely.
if somebody would have told me to pick later classes, I would have done that.
Okay, so what are some of the things that you've done since graduating Norfolk State?
Oh, I'll start with just my student teaching I did here in Norfolk. I went to J. Cox, and I taught, I did, first grade, and then I did kindergarten over there. And I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was like close enough to where I can grab with the kids and be with them, and close enough that I was still at school. So it was a really good experience. Plus, I started my little side gigs, which was party promotions. So I worked with Def Jam and doing like a little bit of their street teaming.
Oh, wow.
So I got a lot of paraphernalia from that, and I used to use that as incentives for my kids. You know, pass a test, you get a poster. Pass a test, you get a sticker from a party.
Wow.
Just ways to keep kids involved. So that was
Important.
really, really a big thing for me. And I was just so happy that the kids could have something tangible to get them going, keep them going, to want to keep learning. That's what that was. It was like, you know, you get if you give. So
For sure.
that gave me my beginning in teaching, right? That's what my degree was in. So I got offered a job after I got finished with Norfolk State, but because I did Norfolk State in 4 years, I graduated in 4 years, 96 to 2000. And, you know, some people say that's easy, but it's not. But 4 years is a long time to put everything in. And I got it done, and I got offered a job, and I was like, I just need a little bit of time. So I just took my time, and I didn't take that job. And then I got into my other business.
Okay, so what is that business? What do you do now?
Currently, I have my own cleaning company.
Okay.
It's called Pretty Clean Janitorial Services.
Pretty clean.
Yes, and that is my bread and butter. Hopefully, it's going to be the better Molly Maid I'm going to be. And
Let's speak it. It
I'm
is the
going
better
to-
Molly Maid.
It is the better Molly Maid. I will be in 50 states in the next 5 years.
Yay.
And there will be a Pretty Clean coming near you soon.
Of course.
So that's what I'm doing currently now as my base job.
Okay.
Yes. I do have other things. I keep my plate full because,
Okay.
you know,
So
it's
shout
good
out a
to
couple
keep.
of them. And we love a good side hustle around here. Spartans move.
Spartans move. I can do it all. I work for a social media company called Wave, WEIV, view spelled backwards. And what I do for them, I create celebrity VIP lounges. So we have a New Year's Eve party coming up in Miami for Mary J, Rick Ross, T.I., blah, 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 blah. There is a VIP room that I'll create and have them come back to meet with some of the invited guests, set up a little area for them to be relaxed afterwards, after they perform on stage. So that's one of my little side gigs that I have going on. I also work with a football company, helping them scout high school kids.
Oh,
I do their...
for the future.
Well, I do. I want to help them know that the academics also go with athletics. So I'm helping the company with joining that together.
That's really special, walking in your purpose. I really appreciate you sitting down and talking with me and giving me some of your story. I definitely want to talk with you more and hear some more of your story.
Yes.
But this is all the time that we have for Beyond NSU. Thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for sitting down with me, Monique.
Thank you for having me.
Come back next time for Beyond NSU. I'm your host, Jen Levette. See you next time.